Okay.
Hello, my name's Sean Bahari. I'm here as a student and also as a taxpayer. Now, I heard that this meeting was happening very last minute. I heard about it before I went to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I went home after I got off, did my research on not only the addendums that were, well, not addendums, the sections being reviewed and revised, but also on all of you. And I have to ask, Senator Mendive and Nonini, you both attended North Idaho College. May I ask what your majors were?
These comments are for the Department of Education, not for the folks who are here.
Okay, all right, perhaps that was ill-placed, but Representative Cheatham, I read somewhere that you worked with the Department of Homeland Security. Did you know that they actually, even in this administration, are actively interested in pursuing the effects of climate change that it has on our infrastructure and how to make that infrastructure last? That aside, I sort of want to approach this from a philosophical standpoint. I'm not a scientist, I am not an educator, but I am someone who has to live with this planet. Now, when we're in kindergarten, we're taught how to read, we're taught how to write, we're taught what different colors are called. We are taught that because this knowledge will eventually be not only something that will be, it's not only something that will be applied, but it's a necessity. It is a basic fact, and it just is. As a principle, it is. Those are all concepts that exist. And 97% of scientists conclude that not only is climate change real, but people in my lifetime will have to deal with the effects of it, whether that comes to dramatic changes in weather due to climate change, carbon-based climate change, not exclusively carbon-based climate change, but also dealing with different man-made pollutants. And not to mention the fact that the United States will also start losing landmass at a rapidly increasing rate if we continue to just release fossil fuels into the atmosphere. That aside, and she brought up what I'm about to bring up, we have to deal with this. People in my lifetime, young people, will have to deal with the effects of pollution, of man-made climate change. And I think that we all, I'm out of the public school system. I was there for 13 years. We touched upon it occasionally, but only when educators chose to go above and beyond the state standards, only so far beyond that they thought they wouldn't get in trouble from the PTA, from various interests. I was only taught that, and I consider that a privilege. That is not a right. It should be a right, though, because we will be facing this. We will be facing this, and we need to learn how to face it as much as we need to learn how to read and write and what colors are called. I think that the concept that these sections need to be changed I find that outrageous, because you don't need, it's like, forgive me, I can't remember the present.
Check your time
Sorry.
for me.
Yes, I'll wrap it up here. It's as he said, throughout the curriculum, throughout the material, there are mentions of positive impacts that humans are having on the environment. Clean jobs, clean energy, clean air. That doesn't have any space here. These are sections talking about the negative impacts. You don't need to make space because those aspects are already in other parts of the curriculum, of the materials. And forgive me, but I just don't agree with the concept that taking these away is acceptable, let alone something that is even being discussed with this much depth.
Right.
And that's about all I have to say.
Okay.